Yeah, yeah, that's what happens if you don't get them back together. But here's how it goes if you want them to get back together. I mean, personally, I think
There she is. I'm gonna go talk to her. Look, you gotta back me up here. Got it?
personally, I think Ogren's kind of a pig, but yeah, and that they're really not great together, especially in the events of Awakening. But yeah,
Just follow my lead, you know? Hadn't thought of that. Find out how much she misses old Ogren or who I have to kill, and then I'll go sweep her off her feet. That's me, Mr. Charm.
What can I get for you? And don't say mead. We ran out of that a week ago. And don't say rum, either. Ran out the day before yesterday. And don't say brandy. Have you seen how desperate people are now? They just want to drink to forget what's happened. Some ran out of coin and started paying in food, chickens, whatever they had.
Felsi! I need tables clean, girl!
I've got a customer! Same as I'd be doing anywhere, earning coin. My mother lives here. Someone's got to take care of the old Bronto. Ugh, did you have to bring his name up? I just ate. What happened? Is that a serious question? Have you met Ogren? He got drunk. Drunker than usual, even. Took off his pants and challenged a roast nug to a wrestling match at my father's funeral. He lost, by the way. The roast got him in an arm lock. He sat there crying for half an hour before someone pulled it off him. It was a sodding good roast.
Felsi, what in Andraste's name are you doing? The tables, girl!
All right! I've got to get back to work.
Well, what does she say? That fight was rigged. Anyway, the guard said it wasn't worth pressing charges, so she's no call to hold a grudge. Did she say anything else? Just be ready to pry her off when she throws herself at me. We don't want to make a scene here. Well, don't pry her off me too soon. I mean, a little scene's all right. Are you sure you're not a baker? 'Cause you got a sodding nice set of buns.
Well, look what the nug dragged in. I should have known you were in the neighborhood, by the stench. What are you doing here?
Just trying to kick back with a pint. Fighting Darkspawn's a lot of sodding work, you know?
You're fighting Darkspawn?
It was a bit of pain, but it was a personal favor for the King of Orzammar, you understand?
The whole surface to choose from, and you just happened to come to my tavern?
Well, What? Oh, right. It's fate, Felsi. What can I say?
Fate? The ancestors must have a sense of humor then.
Sure they do. You've had a good look at Lady Helmy, haven't you? If her face isn't a joke the ancestors are playing, I'm a Bronto's behind.
So, Lady Helmy must be a paragon of beauty then.
I've been thinking about you, Felsi.
What do you want, Ogren?
Nothing. Just thought I'd see how you were doing is all. Well, maybe that and grease up the Bronto, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've seen me. You'll have to go back to Orzammar for the Bronto. If by fun you mean more likely to light farts on fire, yes.
Oh well, it's been fun, Felsi, but I better go.
Wait, you're leaving? You just got here. I haven't called you a shaft rat yet.
Well, you can't keep the archdemon waiting. You hurt its feelings, it might just turn the whole blight around and go home. Nobody wants that.
Well, you don't need to fight it right now, do you? I mean, you could have a pint first. You could call me a surly Bronto. I could tell you that you smell like nug droppings.
I'll tell you what, I got some things I gotta do, but I'll come back for that pint when things are settled, you frigid deep stalker.
Fine. But you better not keep me waiting, you worthless copper-plated swordcast.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Birch is like, yeah, maybe you two aren't the best for each other, but Birch's like, well, I said I was gonna help you, and I did. So let's just go back to camp.
I still got it. Weren't you watching? She could barely restrain herself. Might as well rest up while I can. You ready to go? Aye, all right then. You there. Aye, you. I've been watching you. Where can I get some sauce for that rump roast? That's right. You've wiped your foot on the Ogren doormat of love. Go and make yourself ready, woman. I'll be right there to see to it.
Birch is like, no.
You will have the best equipped army Ferelden has ever seen.
I got a moment, sure. What about? All right.
If there's anything I can do, I'm sure.
Let's see.
It'll do, sure. I got a moment, What about? All right.
You and your friends are formidable.
Let's see how much this gives him.
It'll do, sure.
Because all of Ogren's gifts are alcohol, and it's like, do I really want to give an alcoholic more alcohol? That seems kind of iffy.
There you are. I was thinking, we've been through a lot together now. We're like old war buddies. So I figured why not invite you to share a drink, huh? A drink from my own stash, my family's recipe, and dedicated to my comrades in arms. Yes! The warden steps up!
Liliana, your legs are in the way.
How do you feel? Oh no, the rest is for me. You'd need to do something really unspeakable to get into the rest of my stash. I just wanted to tell you, after all we've been through, you're like family to me. Closest thing I've had in years. Oh, Warden, I do believe I'm getting all misty-eyed. But that could be because those beans are getting chatty, if you know what I mean. So, do you want to talk about something? What about? I do. A bit. A little bit. The only way I'd go back is if they all lined up to kiss my ass and didn't care if they lost their caste for doing it. Actually, that might be nice. But I can't go back now. I'd rather die than be casteless in Orzammar. I guess I'd rather be a useless lump of a dwarf out here than a useless lump of a dwarf back there. Nice of you, Warden, but I know what side of the house the Lou is on. Hey, let's go find something to kill, huh? All this talk makes my hands twitchy.
Wow.
Ass chaps.
You call? Can I respond in poetry? No? How's that?
Ask away. Of course. Such as they are. Ask away.
I am listening. It doesn't have
Let's see here. I think we're gonna go do the last of the DLC that you can actually do in the game.
Yes.
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 Let's head to Soldier's Peak first, and then we'll head to return to Ostagar.
As you say.
What can I do for you, Warden? Certainly.
You know, Birch loves all his companions. Birch likes to consider himself, you know, his companions are like his family, but even then it's like he still doesn't like he doesn't hate Wynn, but they don't get along very much, and she's one of his least favorite companions, and Ogren's also kind of one of his least favorite of his friends, because he's really gross to everybody. Like, he's gross to the women, he's gross to Zevran, he's gross to pretty much everybody, and yeah. He doesn't hate Ogren, he just doesn't like him very much. But, you know, it's like, oh, you're like family to me, and we're just like, yeah, I consider you my family too, even if family doesn't always have to like each other, let alone love each other, but hey. You're like the drunk uncle that you try to hide your girlfriend from, and even if you don't like that uncle, you know that, hey, at least you can borrow money from them. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. And yeah, that's something you can do to prevent that killing that guy.
Let's add some glory! Oh, battle it is! I hope I don't get blood all over you again. A festa!
I knew we could not lose!
Thank you. I didn't expect the band's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man. You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter. You were there with the Grey Wardens, one of Duncan's new recruits. I was to guard the king. He was my friend, understand? Maker. All that time in Ban Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar. I know. Even had Logain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Cailan, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the Wardens. The Maker has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Ban Loren's hands by now.
But you said Cailan entrusted it to you.
I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please, it's probably still there. I hope not. Would they know how to work the lock, even if they did?
The Darkspawn are more cunning than we give them credit for. But the king trusted that lock with his secrets. I'd guess that the contents of that chest are still intact.
The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search.
You'll be taking me along, won't you? Call me sentimental, but I left behind some dark spawn that really deserve a sword through the middle.
The events at Ostagar still haunt my thoughts, Warden. If that is where we are headed, I would like to accompany you.
It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Kaelin's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
Yeah. So, next time we're going back
It
to
will be done.
Ostagar. Oh yes, I got plenty of inventory space, so that should be good.